Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 27th Annual Redlands Christmas Parade. It is sponsored by the City of Redlands and the Redlands Noon Kiwanis Club. I'm Allison Radel, and this is my co-host, Michael Million, and we are so pleased to be with you tonight.
That's right. Well, Merry Christmas to you, Allie.
Merry Christmas, Michael.
So excited to be here. Want to take a moment quickly as we get started. This could not happen without the support of our sponsors. And let me go ahead and just take a few moments to share with you who our major sponsors are. We have the Redlands Daily Fax, The Sun, Krikorian Premier Theaters, Alta Vista Credit Union, Redlands Community Hospital, Oscar's Mexican Restaurant, Hatfield Buick GMC, Ferguson's Heating and Air, Redlands Jewelers, Sun State Equipment Company, Redlands Blueprint, and the Tartan Restaurant. And again, could not be done without their support, and we thank them very much for that.
Absolutely. We are so lucky to have their support and that of the community. It's great to see so many people come down for this year's parade. We're lucky it's not as windy as yesterday, nor as cold. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Charlie Egger, who is singing the national anthem and some Christmas carols. Come on over, Charlie.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much, Charlie. Charlie is a senior at Redlands East Valley High School. He is a member of the East Valley Sings under the direction of Mrs. Rita Stevens.
That's right. So, Charlie, it says in our notes that we got that in November that you auditioned and won a spot with a major choir. Would you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I won a spot with American Choral Directors Association National Honor Choir, which is taking place in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Wow.
And it's being conducted by Eric Whitaker.
Wow, that is so impressive. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What do you plan on doing after high school?
I plan on going to hopefully a prestigious music school somewhere. Hopefully Juilliard or Curtis Institute of Music.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Best of luck to you.
Now, you know, Allie, I don't know if you know, but I was a member of Redlands East Valley Singers back in the day.
We hear a lot about his days at Rev.
Yeah. But we want to thank you so much for coming out and sharing your talent with us.
You're welcome.
And I love that you're a Wildcat, so that makes it all the better. So.
And do you have some other songs to sing for us tonight?
Yes, I have Silent Night and Come All Ye Faithful.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Wonderful.
Thank you. That was wonderful. And the next one? So that was "O Come All Ye Faithful." That's my favorite Christmas carol.
Is it?
Yep.
O come all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born King of angels. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him. O come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your talent with us, Charlie.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. It was
Thank
beautiful.
you. And best of luck as you finish high school this year.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Go Wildcats. Well, Ali, I want to also take a moment to thank the friends of our sponsors. These are, again, local businesses who have dedicated not only their resources, but also just the time, which is so important to us. So we want to thank Arthur Commercial Press, Baker's Drive-In, Beaver Medical Group, Thomas and Terrell Wickham, PhDs, Splash Kingdom Water Park, and then we also got a beautiful arrangement here of poinsettias.
Yes, and those are from Hawkridge Florist.
That's right.
And we need to give a big shout out to Cam Edits. They have done the entire production of tonight's Christmas parade, and without them, you wouldn't be seeing us.
Absolutely.
So they are a local Redlands business, and we're thrilled to welcome them to the Redlands Christmas Parade this year. You can visit them online at camedits.com. That's Cam with a K, K-A-M edits.com. Thank you guys so much for your hard work.
Yeah, absolutely. We love Cam Edits. At this time, we also want to let you know about our judges. So this year, our panel was selected by the Kiwanis Club of Redlands. And the first one we have is one of my favorite guys. He's a former mayor here in the city of Redlands, and it's Bill Cunningham, and he's one of our judges tonight. Joining him is Miss Donna Farrakone. Donna is a Kiwanian as well, and she's a retired dean at Crafton Hills College.
We also have another member of Kiwanis, Micah Maroney. She and her husband own TBM Electric here in town. We are thankful that she's joined us to be a judge again this year. Khalid Mahfouz is another judge, and he is a pharmacist at Cajon Pharmacy right up the road a few blocks from where we stand tonight.
Yeah. We also have Richard Pennington, and he's a member of the Optimist Club, and he owns Pennington Designs, and we want to thank him for joining us and being a judge tonight. We also have Kim Kavanaugh. Kim is the Director of Curriculum and the Instruction over at Redlands Unified School District.
And last but not least, we are lucky to have another judge, David Jacobson. He is the owner of Ozell Jewelers. If we can have David Jacobson join us. Yeah. He's on his way over.
He's coming over right now.
Come on over, David.
Yeah, come on over. Why don't we have you come in between us here?
Hi, David. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Would you take a moment and tell us about your business here in Redlands?
Yeah. I started my business in Redlands 1979. I'm so happy to be in Redlands. I used to be in the mall actually forever.
Okay.
And 2007 we moved to this location.
The corner of
The
State
corner
Street.
of the State and Orange Street.
Perfect.
One of the things
Ozell Jeweler of Redlands.
Yes.
One of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight throughout the parade is just Christmas memories and history. What are some of your favorite Redlands Christmas memories?
Well, actually, I remember very well at Christmas we used to go and hunt for candy. That's most important one. Yeah, and
That's
of course
great.
Christmas is most important. Actually, is very Jesus born. That is most important.
Awesome.
And for us, Christmas is the best season, even for jewelry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would think so for jewelry, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm so happy actually to be, of course, part of the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we thank you so much too, and I hope my wife isn't watching because then she's gonna want me to buy some jewelry now.
Oh,
but
And I already promised I would visit this week.
yeah.
I thank you so much, and again, and thank you, and I'm so happy, pleasant to be here,
Absolutely.
and to try to do my best.
Well, thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
And I know
much.
they're waiting for you over at the jury table, so we'll,
All right.
we'll let you get
Yes,
over there.
I
But
will
thank
do
you
that.
so much.
Cool.
And Merry Christmas to
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Thank you, David.
God
Merry
bless.
Christmas.
Thank
God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
We are also lucky enough, I see Richard Pennington standing over to our right. We'll call him over and get an introduction.
Absolutely.
Richard, come on over
Come on in,
between
Richard.
us.
How
Hi
are you?
there.
Fantastic.
So,
How are you
Mike.
doing? Mike?
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being a judge
Oh,
this year. We really
honor.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Will you tell us a little bit about your business here in Redlands?
Sure. I own Pennington Designs. We are a full-service printing. We do promotional products, screen printing, embroidery, all right here in-house. And I love working with the city, love working with the schools and all the local businesses here in town. So we have a lot of
Awesome.
fun. Have a lot of fun.
Well, Richard, one of the things we're doing tonight is we're going to talk a lot about Christmas traditions or things here in Redlands that just maybe flare in your memory. Any Christmas tradition that your family has or any memories of Christmas here in Redlands that you have?
Yeah, for the last 19 years, I've had at least one or two of my children in this parade.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
That's amazing.
they've all graduated from Redlands East Valley High School. As a matter of fact,
Yes.
my wife is part of the Kimberly Juniors. She's
Okay.
one of the leaders of that organization.
Wow.
So her and my youngest daughter Stephanie will be on the parade, on the float,
Oh, neat.
coming down.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Good.
that's a huge tradition in our family. This parade's a very big deal to us.
It is. We're really lucky that it's been going on for 27 years.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it's amazing to hear the families or the entries when we're going through them that have been a part of it for 20, 21. Sometimes they don't remember how many years, and we don't know. So They've been
Yeah.
here forever. So it's
Exactly.
great to have them. Thank
Exactly.
you so much for being
Oh,
here.
it's an
Absolutely.
honor. Thank you guys for what
And
you
No.
do.
good luck with the judging.
Hey,
Yeah.
keep a good eye on
Hey,
it.
stay unbiased. You know, I know
Oh,
you got family
me?
on there.
Oh, yeah, I'm very biased. Trust me.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Well, thank you,
Take care.
Richard.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Wonderful. We are lucky to have an awesome panel of judges tonight.
Yeah,
They
we
get to
really
sit and watch the entire parade and score the floats based on a rubric that they're given that I've actually never seen.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what happens in the newspaper next week. Who wins?
So they don't flip coins or
Nope,
anything?
no
Oh, okay.
flipping coins. They are actually scoring the floats based on some criteria, which I think is a nice way to do it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, Allie, it's funny because we had talked a little bit about with our guests about Christmas traditions. You
Yeah.
know, it's funny as I was preparing for the parade tonight, it just made me think about some of the Christmas traditions I remember with my family. You know, my one of the ones that come to mind always, and always makes my dad chuckle, is he makes what we call Mexican gravy, and what it is, it's basically red chili, New Mexico red chili.
Okay.
And he puts it on top of either mashed potatoes or turkey or whatnot. So it's your
Wow.
your alternative to gravy.
All right, is that like your Christmas Eve dinner?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so that is the Christmas Eve. I know people have very traditional or solid traditions of what they do on Christmas Eve,
Yep.
which we didn't really have. Some years it was hosting a party, some years it was out to dinner. The past few years where we've spent it down here in Southern California, we've gone to the beach for the day because
Right.
the beaches are empty, but the traffic is terrible. This year we're going to smoke salmon and make some cioppino, even though we're away from the beach,
Okay.
and just have a very quiet evening. And it is one of the best evenings of the year.
Oh,
There's
absolutely,
no
yeah.
doubt about it.
And I'll bring you some of the red gravy.
Some
So-
of the red gravy. I'm
Yeah.
so curious.
Yeah.
We are so lucky to be here tonight. We're going to kind of tell you what we're seeing. We've got a lot of people milling around, finding their seats. The parade is getting ready to go.
Yeah.
And I know the policeman will start us off at some point right around 6 o'clock.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because even as I was walking down over here, there's something about seeing the families all get together
Yeah.
and, you know, they're bundled up, but yet they're out here, they're in full force. The weather's not going to slow them down.
No.
You know, it's chilly, but I'm so glad the wind died down for us. So,
Yeah, I think we are lucky that the weather is holding out. We're not freezing.
right.
We're also under lights, but we're not freezing, and I don't see anyone else super cold. There's a lot of chairs being set up. There's a lot of activity.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the other things too this made me think about, and I think just to kind of start us off too, we had a Memorial Day, if you will, here in our community as the 1-year anniversary of the December 2nd shooting.
We did.
And you know, it's events like this that make me realize that we are one big community. We are a gigantic community of people who come together even through tragedy.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love watching the community rally around each other.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a lot of news coverage of it this morning, and I appreciated the messages of unity and healing that are still being sent. Pete Aguilar had a kind of a letter to the editor in the Redlands Daily Fax this morning, and it was wonderful to read his account of the event and also his hope for unity in our region and healing that is still ongoing.
Yeah.
It is still ongoing, and there are still issues, and they're being addressed, and I think we need to appreciate that events like this, just like you said, bring
Yeah.
us all back together, especially after something like that, after such a tragedy.
Yeah, of course, and we won't be slowed down, and I think that's the message. You know, we're gonna continue on, and that's what I love about events like this, and bringing joy into the community.
Bringing joy.
Oh, go ahead.
Well,
Allie.
part of the reason that the theme of the parade this year is Redlands Lights the Way, and it was chosen to be kind of a message of healing and a message of bringing the community together and saying there is not fear, and we are still going to gather like we have in years past. So we hope that many of the floats tonight that we see, many of the entries, will have extra lights on them. We'll have somehow incorporated that theme. I mean, that is yet to be seen. I
Yeah.
have seen just a few of them before now, so it'll be a surprise as they come by us. But I do hope that they've somehow incorporated that message.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. You know, I've got 3 little ones. So I
Yep.
have Isaiah, he's 10,
Okay.
Ava is 8, and Caleb is 5. And
busy
all the time, yeah. And that's the one question they have asked me, who's going to be in there? What lights are going to be in there? Is Santa going to be there? And being dad and wanting to keep in a little bit of the suspense in him, I told him I think there will be a surprise from a guest of honor toward the end of our parade.
I think he's going to join us.
Yeah,
the winds might have brought him in. I don't know.
Yeah.
They might have kept him away, but we'll hope for the best.
Yeah, and I think that's the coolest part for me is just having the little ones, and it really does remind me of the joy and just the anticipation for them, and they're getting set up with my wife right now, and so
finding seats,
doing
staying warm,
that whole thing, and so I want to tell you, kids, keep an eye on mom there because I know she gets excited also with the parade. So.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
We do have a couple events that we want to let you guys know about. There are so many things that happen in the city of Redlands during the holidays. Different nonprofits organize events and drives to gather things for the needy. Other organizations put on visits with Santa, or the Christmas tree lighting, which is actually very, very cool, up at Kimberly Crest, the historic mansion. They are hosting their Christmas tree lighting tomorrow, Sunday, December 4th at 6 o'clock p.m. Yeah. The mansion is decorated for the holidays and is both a California and a national historically registered landmark, which is pretty impressive. And it's beautiful. The public is invited to go up there and see the Christmas tree lighting. They'll have snacks, hot cider, Christmas carols, or not snacks, but they'll have Christmas carols, hot cider, ginger cookies, and the event is free. They will also offer tours of the mansion for $5. We highly encourage you to go join that. It's a neat ceremony and kind of kicks off the season.
Yeah, what's cool about that? I was talking to one of my good friends, Larry Munns, and he was telling me that they also light up a palm tree as like an ode to California.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
They do that at Kimberly Crest?
Yes.
Wow, that is really neat, right? We don't have a lot of fir trees down here, evergreens, and so why not use a palm tree as your Christmas tree? That's really great.
So real quick, speaking of Christmas tree, do you already have yours up?
I am really embarrassed to say I don't, because I get a real tree. There's been only one year when I have not had a real tree because we were out of town.
Right.
I do get a real tree, and I didn't want it to dry out. I'm a little more worried this year about it drying out, so I think we might go tomorrow morning and get our real tree. I also set up 2 fake ones that are just decorative. The presents don't go under those.
So you go 3 times. I got you.
No, I decorate 3 times.
Oh, okay.
And then January 1st hits, and it's awful to take them down.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Do your kids demand?
Oh, yeah.
Real trees?
Actually, the odd thing is we started before Thanksgiving this time around.
Ooh.
So we went 1 week ahead of time, and kiddos got it all set up. Actually, I came home from work, and mom and the kiddos had already set the whole thing up.
Oh,
and
that's amazing.
Looks awesome. And
it's still alive?
Yeah, still.
It's not a fire hazard?
No, we're all good. So far, so good. And
people always ask, like, a real tree, fire hazard. I'm like, no, you keep it watered.
Yeah.
You pay attention to it. And it's the most wonderful thing ever.
Yeah, I've got, one of the funnier things that's happened to us is my wife had asked me to put up lights on the house.
Yep.
She says, go and get 1 strand of lights. That's what we want you to do. I said, not a problem. So I went to go get 1 strand of lights, and I came back with a 9-foot Santa Claus.
One of the blow-up ones?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's good. That's festive.
So, yeah, the response that I got was, I sent you to get 1 strand.
1 strand.
Yeah.
1 strand.
Yeah.
I think one of the neat things about Redlands, I know the Daily Fax likes to put in a map of the houses that are known for their Christmas lights.
Right.
So it's really great. You can go by the map and drive around the community and see some of the best Christmas lights I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And they change every year. Different houses get involved. Some of them are always the same, and they just add more lights than they did last year. But it's really neat. And you see tons of people doing the same thing, driving around in the evenings, kids loaded into the car, and enjoying the Christmas lights.
Yeah.
It's a really cool thing. It's not formalized, but it's definitely part of our community.
Yeah, well, and it fits to what Redlands really represents, which is community, which is service involvement. I mean, we are truly the jewel of the Inland Empire here in Redlands, and very blessed to be able to have citizens who care so much. Real quick, I want to point out, we're panning to some of the folks out here.
We are. People are waving. They're sitting in front of the comic book store across the street from us.
Yep.
See the kids there?
Bundled up but ready.
Bundled up but ready. If the temperature drops, they'll be ready.
But back to what we were talking about again. I want to thank Dr. Mike Kuhn, who is our chairperson for the parade. He of course gets help from a number of Kiwanians, some of the most noble ones I think who put a lot of time in. We have Tom Nelson.
Tom Nelson is a major supporter. Yeah. He pretty much co-chairs that parade committee with Mike Kuhn, handles the registration, the day of the event, and puts those floats into their right place before they are sent off, and then coordinated by
Right.
Dr. Mike Kuhn.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the guys on those committees, Henry Adame is on that committee, I know. We have Larry Statler. So all those guys work very hard.
We're panning again down Citrus.
Yeah.
It's great to see so many people out. I always look forward to hearing how many people they think we had in attendance. It changes every year. Last year the numbers were really great. I hope we have more than that.
Yeah.
I don't have them memorized, but
Well, I love that, we also we get surrounding communities that come in, and I know
Yes.
I have some family members that are coming in from Yucaipa.
Oh, cool.
My wife has some other family members coming in from the Loma Linda area. So my folks live in Highland. My dad's coming on out, and so yeah,
Awesome.
so I'm excited that we get folks who come into Redlands,
To see
and,
this.
and I think that gets lost sometimes. That really events such as this that the Kiwanis Club puts on, our run through Redlands, which the Kiwanis Club puts on, it's driving folks into the city of Redlands, and I think that's so important.
it is. We need to showcase what we have here as a tight-knit community
Right.
that is hardworking and beautiful, and it doesn't compare to anywhere I've lived. I'm thrilled to be here and to be a part of this
Yeah.
for the second year, standing out here and just being able to watch what goes on in front of us, to see all the floats.
Right.
To your point about the surrounding communities, as you'll hear us announce these entries, so many of them come from other cities.
Yes.
We've got San Bernardino, we've got Yucaipa, we have Highland. Oftentimes we've had groups from Moreno Valley who want to be a part of this Christmas parade. As far as I know, it is the only electrical evening Christmas parade in the city, or in the Inland Empire, excuse me.
Yeah.
Which is pretty neat. It's an evening event to go to with your family. It's completely family friendly. It's free, which is very appealing.
Yeah.
And it brings people downtown.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny too, because as I talked to some of the guys who really work hard, and ladies who work hard to put on the parade, they were telling me that they recall when the parade was done in the daytime.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where initially, when they had talked about doing it in the evening, there was a little bit of pushback because just the multiple resources it takes, not only from the Kiwanis Club, but the city. The city is very generous in the resources that they put out here. Other service clubs as well. And so I'm just so thankful that all the folks that can come out to make it happen in the evening, because you're right, there's just this appeal of lights and
Yeah, to be able to see the floats lit up there, it's a very different look than in the daytime. That's what I'm excited for, and again, hoping that they incorporate the theme of the parade, that Redlands lights the way.
Yeah.
I hope there are more lights than we've seen in the past.
Yeah.
That people really did something extra.
Yeah.
However they do that, I've never put a float together for an evening parade. I'm curious, but I'm sure there are ways to generate the power enough to light up that float.
Well, it's funny, yeah. We, as we were preparing a couple years back to do a float for a different parade, you don't think about the difficulties of lighting something or putting generators on and all that.
Exactly, and you think about a long flatbed truck.
Right.
Yep, I would have no idea. But that's why it is cool to be on the side and to be watching so closely, and having read about the entries that we're going to see tonight.
Yeah.
It's remarkable what they come up with, what their themes are.
Yeah, definitely. Also, one of the things I love about this parade is we're going to see some very cool classic cars.
Yes.
Our dignitaries are coming in some classic cars. We have some Corvettes.
Yeah, we have a good group of dignitaries who have decided to join us tonight, and we're really lucky for that.
Yeah.
They take time out of their incredibly busy schedules to ride through this parade and to stop and talk to people as they're on the parade route, which is really great. We had the mayor over talking with us before we started, and he and his wife will be riding through just like they've done for the past few years. And it's cool to see that show of support from our city officials.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think we're getting close, which is a great thing. I'll just share with you, for those of you who are wondering what happens behind the scenes many times. So I was very fortunate 2 years ago to be the president of the Kiwanis Club of Redlands, and was privy to kind of the behind the scenes. So what they're doing right now is Mike Kuhn and his team are organizing the cars. They're lining them up. There's actually a very, very intricate design on how this works. They'll have the bands line up on one street. They have our fire trucks and some of our larger vehicles line up on another. And it takes 3 or 4 people to coordinate the direction of guiding them out and making sure that we don't have any accidents, and they work very hard at doing that. So
yeah, and the timing is crucial.
Yeah.
We want to keep people moving but not too crowded, so that we can see their performances, hear their music. I think watching the marching bands go by is one of the best parts.
Oh, it's my favorite part.
Yep, and especially when some kids, my boss's kids, his youngest one is in one of the marching bands, and I know last year I got to see him, and it's just we recognize the people, and that people are watching for that, and it's a very special feeling to see someone out there. I hear the sirens now, and that would be the send-off to the 27th annual Redlands Christmas Parade.
All right. So, of course, it could not be a parade unless we were led by Redlands' finest. So we have the
Redlands Police Department.
Yeah, looks like our motorcycle officer, and look at that. His bike is lit up and ready to go. I love that. So he's decorated. But, it's that moment when you're about to start, and you and I talked about it before we came on air.
Yep.
There's always a little bit of the, my 5-year-old calls it the bubble guts.
Yes, yes. Just the few little nerves before we get started on what will prove to be a great parade. We have the Redlands Police Department starting us off on their motorcycles. They will ride the entire parade route to get us started.
I love the kids' reactions when they see the motorcycles come through.
They are impressive.
And our welcome banner has come through.
We've got a variety of Boy Scouts carrying the banners for the parade. They volunteer every year to carry the banners for our dignitaries, for different groups.
And our flag.
They show up to every parade I've ever been to.
Yeah.
This group of men.
I love that they're dressed up. We got a young man following them there, and he's dressed in his patriotic gear.
"27 years this has been going on.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. And to think of the changes that have happened, like we said, from daytime to nighttime and all that encompassed.
Yeah. And now we have first coming through our Kiwanis Club of Redlands president, Luis Flores. So Luis Flores, and it looks like he is with his wife, Joan. A little bit about Luis. Luis has 3 children, Sam, Luis, and Angela. He has 3 grandchildren. Luis has been a Kiwanis member for over 36 years. He grew up here in Redlands, and he is our president.
Following them is Hatfield Buick and GMC. We have one of our members, Henry Adame, riding in the front, and he helps the Key Club, who are now doing their chant.
That's right. So there's Luis and his family. Hey, Luis. And yeah, we're followed by our Redlands High School Key Club. They've been in the parade for 11 years, Allie.
11 years.
And our Key Club, for those who don't know, they are the high school version of Kiwanis. So they serve quite a bit in our community, and we're so proud to have them with us.
They are followed by the Boys and Girls Club of Redlands. For more than 45 years, the club has helped put young people on the path to great futures. The Inland Empire chapter serves more than 2,600 young people through membership and community outreach in 6 communities and 2 counties. 90% of the club alumni earn a high school diploma or equivalent, which I think is pretty remarkable.
That's outstanding.
They're an amazing resource for our community, and they have incorporated, did you see that on their float? They incorporated our theme, the Boys and Girls Club lighting the way.
I love that. Yeah, and the CEO of the local chapter is P.T. McEwen, a member of our Kiwanis Club.
He is, and I can actually see him standing to our left. He is taking photographs for us this year, making sure that we really document the parade. We love to get pictures of the floats going by, of the crowds, especially, the people that you recognize, you want to hold on to that because they were there. It's really neat that he agreed to do that for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, Allie, I hear some drums coming our way.
Yes.
And I think that's the sound of the Redlands Unified School District's elementary band.
It is a large entry. If I understand it right, they've got over 400 kids marching in this elementary school band. They are a little bit behind the corner, but we will see them coming by shortly. Well, it's an impressive feat. Imagine being the director.
I was just going to say, organizing 400 kids, yeah.
With their instruments.
back in the day, I was part of choral music, and so we did choir, and at that time, I think we were a group of 40 or 50, but to have 400, and here they come with loud applause. So a little bit about this group. This is their 15th year being in the parade. The Redlands Unified School District Instrumental Music Program, what they do is they provide weekly woodwind, brass, and string lessons. In addition, they hold weekly after-school band. Let's go ahead and let them play a little bit. Their music instructors are Valerie McGlasson and Trey Moreland. The director of the elementary bands is Jeff Apadamuk, and he's also known as Mr. A.
He is, and Jeff spends a lot of time with the Christmas Parade Committee throughout the year, coordinating and making sure that we have what the bands need and their families. As you can see, right behind the band will be all of the family members who support those kids.
Love that.
Jeff makes sure that everyone knows where to go, how to get those kids to where they need to be in order to march through this parade. It's impressive.
Yeah, it really is. And again, I'm going to say this a lot. It'll almost be a broken record tonight, but it is about family,
about family.
And that is what this community is about, and things like that. Having a 400-member band would not happen without numerous families coming through.
Numerous families and tons of support.
Right.
It's amazing to see how the crowd has filled in since we started the parade.
Absolutely.
And at this time, we have our Grand Marshal of the Redlands Christmas Parade. He is also the Redlands Man of the Year, City Clerk, Sam Irwin. He is riding in a stunning car that I do not know the name of.
That's beautiful. Hey, Sam. Yeah, so, a couple things about Sam people don't know. Sam was a pilot, and he was a pilot for American Airlines, and he also was in the United States Air Force. Sam Irwin is also a member of the Sunrise Rotary and the American Legion Post 106. Married to his wife, Kit, and we want to thank Sam for being our Grand Marshal.
At this time, you're seeing banners with all of our sponsors. Again, we are so lucky. Burgeson's, Redlands Daily Facts, Redlands Jewelers, Oscar's Mexican Restaurant, Tartan Restaurant. The City of Redlands has helped out greatly. They are followed closely by the amazing Stater Brothers Market Truck. This thing in the parades is such a hit.
Yep.
What a classic vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Stater Brothers, as most of us already know, for those who don't, it's headquarters in San Bernardino. And Stater Brothers Southern California families have 167 markets. And we kind of lost count of how many years they've been in this parade.
Yes.
And I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the passing of their CEO, Jack Brown.
Yes. He passed just a little while ago, and today was the memorial for him at
Yeah.
Citizens Business Bank Arena. I know it was very well attended. We've lost an important man for our community.
Absolutely. It's events like this that make us think of Jack because he was such a giver. And
And really supported the families who worked for him.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Braswell Family Senior Care. They have a classic vehicle and a trolley. They have about 30 people with them, as you can see, coming up.
Yeah, there's Mr. Braswell walking, leading the way. And you know what I love about the Braswells? This is truly a family business. So they have 3 generations of Braswells now who have been leading their care facilities.
It's wonderful that they continue to participate. According to them, they've been in the parade for 26 years.
Wow.
Almost as long as it's been going around. And I think that trolley makes it in quite often.
Yeah, do you think I can go get hitch a ride on that?
Right? At the end?
Yeah.
It'd be great.
I might do it. Let's go ahead. Wow, look at that. They got their gear on top of there.
You can see the members inside waving. They really decorated that this year.
Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. Well, next coming up, Allie, we have our Ontario Ovation Twirlers. They have roughly about 20 people performing. These are young people. These are ages 6 to 17. They've been in the parade here. I believe this is their first year.
I think so.
Which is awesome. They're under the direction of Coach Catherine Ross. This is a group that participates in parades, including the Disneyland Baton Twirling Spectacular Parade down Main Street, USA.
Students who participate in this organization benefit from the discipline the sport requires while building confidence and self-esteem in a team-oriented environment.
Wow.
I think it's great that they decided to join us. They look awesome out there to be doing that while walking. And it's not a necessarily short parade route.
Sporting the antlers as well.
Yeah.
Looks like next we have the Bergeson's heating and air conditioning truck. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Allie?
Bergeson's has been in the parade for over 20 years, and they are one of our sponsors. They are a family-owned local business, and they do want to say that they're wishing everyone a very safe and warm, happy holiday season. They've been operating since 1949, and they're celebrating 66 years of keeping your families comfortable.
Well, next we have a very special man. We have the Kiwanian of the Year, Mr. Tom Nelson.
Tom was probably the preeminent shoe salesman in Redlands. I know when I mention him, people always seem to know who he is. He worked at the Bootery and Gottschalks for 35 years. He was one of the founding members of the Redlands Christmas Parade, and he continues to help out every year.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom, I loved a story I read about him, was one of the guys who originally said, hey, we got to continue this parade, and he jumped on board in doing that. Next coming up, we had the Pause for Happiness and Pause for Abilities and Battle Buddies.
They are an animal entry. We don't have many of these. They bring dogs with them.
Yeah, and that was led, looked like by Sherry Bordelon was on there.
Sherry Bordelon is on there. She is the one waving.
Oh, look at that.
They offer therapy services with their animals to different groups, including the Veterans Hospital in Loma Linda and other care facilities throughout the region.
It looks like we have some tricked out bikes here coming, and those are being ridden by Girl Scout Troop 1250 of the San Gregorio Girl Scout Council.
They have actually been in the parade for 7 years, which I think is longer than some of what we just, longer than some of their ages.
Yeah, it looks like there's about 30 members of them there, and I got to give me one of those bikes, I'm telling you.
Those are great.
Next coming up, we have our Henry cheerleaders from Dr. Mildred Dalton Elementary School in San Bernardino. 4 years old is this group. Looks like there's about 41 of them, and we're told that they're ages 9 to 12. Gosh, I love all the young people we have out tonight.
It's pretty remarkable. They set aside their Saturday and bring their families down and perform in this parade.
We have head coach Amy Baronis leading them. They have assistant coach Emma Paro Valenzuela. Their cheer advisor is Terry Knipper, and their principal is Grace Monroe.
And they participate in parades in San Bernardino,
Testing,
Redlands,
1, 2,
Montana,
test,
and
testing,
Riverside.
1,
You
2,
can see
3.
they're being followed closely by their family members who probably provide them all the support they can need.
Absolutely. Well, Allie, why don't you go and introduce our next entry?
This next one, a large flatbed trailer. These are the Knights of Columbus. They've been in the parade for over 12 years. There are more than 20 of them. Their float looks wonderful. The Knights of Columbus is the world's largest Catholic fraternal service organization with 1.8 million members. It was founded in the U.S. in 1882 and named in honor of Christopher Columbus. They assist members with life insurance annuities, long-term care, financial aid, and they contribute to disaster relief, refugee aid, and scholarships. The local chapter supports the Holy Name of Jesus Parish here in Redlands.
Wow,
what a great entry.
Awesome entry. Is that snow coming out the back of that thing?
That looks like snow coming out the back of their float. What a fun idea.
That is so great. Oh, I love that. And I love the band playing up there, too.
They are closely followed by the Paradise Valley Model A Club. They've got perhaps 8 antique vehicles with them tonight.
Yeah, the Paradise Valley Model A Club has been serving the Inland Empire since 1960. Tom Valdez is the current club president, and Model A Fords were manufactured from 1928 to 1931. They came after the Tin Lizzies, or Model T Fords. They come in a variety of colors and models, and we're just so thankful that they would come out and share these with us. And I love they decorated them up, too.
They really do. I love the decorations, the different colored headlights they've put on.
Well,
got some stuffed animals.
Yeah, we were talking about the theme too, and so far it looks like every entry has just embraced the lights theme.
Yeah, adding lights to their floats, to their vehicles, whatever they could do to showcase that Redlands does light the way.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the things that was just making me think of too, just with the lights, I was talking with some of the guys just doing preparation for the parade, and they were saying that back in the day in Redlands on State Street, they used to actually take lights and stream them from business to business, and so you had lights that were just flowing through there, and man, it just makes me think, we're going back and embracing history here.
We are. Next up, we have Cub Scout Pack 226.
It looks like they brought the big guy with them.
They did.
Now, Allie, this is a group that has about 30 participants in it. They've been with us for 5 years. Merry Christmas to you too, kids. And this pack is from Emmanuel Baptist Church in Highland.
Again, we honor that they are from a surrounding community and they've decided to join us tonight. And not just tonight, but for, like you said, the past 5 years.
Yeah.
They love that they put a tent on their float.
Yeah.
You know they are Cub Scouts.
That's right.
There they are.
That is the Cub Scout way right there. Well, following closely behind them is Clement Middle School. This is the Clement Middle School band. There are about roughly 40 members in that. Clement Middle School has been with us for 12 years in the parade. The Viking band is under the direction of John Gann. The principal of Clement Middle School is Robert Clary. And the band will be playing Let It Snow Tonight by Sammy Kahn and arranged by Julie Stein.
Next up, we have the City of Redlands Mayor, Mr. Paul Foster. We must give him a warm welcome. He is another fellow Kiwanian, and he is the current mayor, former mayor pro tem, and he served on the city council from 2010 to now.
Mayor Paul Foster.
He has served on various commissions in our city.
Great
Citrus
parade, always a
Preservation,
great time in
and-
Redlands. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. Have a great time with the rest of the parade.
Thank you for being here. Good night.
Side space, everybody ready? Grand square, go.
More though about Paul.
Yeah, he also served as the 125th anniversary committee chairman, which was a big celebration for the city of Redlands.
Right, and we
We thank him for being here.
And he's a Kiwanian, so we love that.
Yep.
Our next entry here is the Inland Empire Square Dancers.
They have about 20 participants here. They do square dancing lessons, they perform in parades, and they have been in our parade for 5 years. It's wonderful to see them here again, and their float looks great.
You ever done square dancing?
No, I have not. Have you?
No, I
No.
haven't.
No.
I have 2 left feet, so I wouldn't do well.
They are followed by the Extreme Team. This is one of the parade favorites, I must say. They are a special needs sports team association. They put together both football and baseball, and the ages range between 2 years old and 60 years old.
Wow.
Pretty impressive, and they've been in this parade for 8 years, so we welcome them back, and we thank them for being here again.
Absolutely. Thank you, Extreme, for coming out. Followed by them, we have Home Instead Senior Care. Total of 3 vehicles on this one, 25 participants with them, and they've been in the parade for 5 years. Homestead Senior Care is a non-medical provider of care for seniors, including companionship, home help, laundry, housekeeping, shopping, and personal care. And you can go to beasanta.com and find out how you can help seniors in need. My family and I just did this, and it was very cool. You know, I mean, some of the things that we just forget about practically, they ask for blankets and pajamas and, you know, just some of the basic needs that I think we tend to miss. So I highly encourage you, go to beasenior.com.
Next up, we have the Cub Scout Pack 16. They have about 25 participants. This is their 3rd year in the parade, and their scouts range from ages 6 and up. They are there and supported by their family members. They are followed by the Redlands 10 and under All-Stars.
Yeah, this is a group, 2016 Redlands Softball 10 and under All-Stars. There are 4 major tournaments, including the Pony World Series, and this group of girls won the Super Regional Championship this year. They made it to the World Series Championship, but lost to Moreno Valley. Their starting pitcher is Alyssa Gonzalez. Their team manager is Paul Murphy. And their coaches are Carl Overholt, Mike Bliss, and Kevin Correll.
We're letting the Cub Scouts finish going by, and then we'll be seeing
Look at these
the Redlands
guys.
10 and under All-Stars.
Oh, look at that. Looks like next they have the Girl Scouts of San Gregorio, Troop 17. And I love, oh, look at them. They're on their little scooters.
The Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts troops in this area seem to be incredibly active. As I go through the parade entries, we have a lot of those groups here.
They really are. And, you know, it's funny because we tend, I think a lot of times, I know for me, I tend to think about cookies. When I think
Yep,
of,
absolutely.
when I think of the Girl Scouts. But what I absolutely love is that
There's the girl, really quick,
Oh.
just so we can acknowledge that that was the girls 10 and under, Redlands 10 and under All-Stars.
Hey, there they are. And again, the coaches for them is Carl Overholt, Mike Bliss, and Kevin Corral. We want to thank them for coming out. And it's crazy that they won the Super Regional Championship this year.
Championship. And they are 10 years old and younger.
Wow.
We congratulate them and welcome them to the parade. Next up, we have Valley Preparatory School. They are an independent co-ed private school for students ages preschool through 8th grade. Their goal is to inspire each student to reach his or her potential through enriched student-centered college prep educational programs. They strive to develop the leaders of tomorrow through STEAM and international baccalaureate programs.
And I love they embrace the light as well there. It looks like, as you can see the float coming up here, they got some of their young ones in there. What a beautiful display. Hey guys, how are you?
They look great. You can see their families.
Brought the mascot with them.
They are shortly followed by Ride Yourself Fit. This is a really neat organization we have here in town. They've been around for 6 years. They've got about 50 riders with them, and they are a nonprofit founded by Dr. Stephen Wilson of Redlands. It's a recreational bike club open to all cyclists, any level, any ability, and they also have a walking group led by Dick and Donna Dawson of Redlands.
I'm glad they take any ability because maybe I might join. I don't know.
Maybe, right?
Yeah. I heard also that Ride Yourself Fit made a special trip yesterday out to the December 2nd site, and I love that they did that.
Next up, we have Redlands City Council member Pat Gilbreth.
Hey.
She's riding in a vehicle. I believe that is her granddaughter with him. She is serving her 5th term on Redlands City Council, and she was recently re-elected. She serves on a variety of commissions, and she's also a board member.
We're coming up with Councilmember Pat Gilbreth. Pat Gilbreth, would you like to wish everybody at home a Merry Christmas?
Looks like we're going to get a few
Pat,
words from
Merry
Pat
Christmas.
Thank you so much to everybody for coming, and this is a wonderful celebration and a great parade, so you're missing a lot. But shop Redlands. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much, Pat. We really appreciate you being here again. It's good to see you joining the Redlands Christmas Parade.
Next, following Pat, we have the Cub Scouts Pack 8. About 45 members in their group, and they've been with us for 10 years now, and it looks like they are in a go-kart.
That looks great. All of the lights, family members following behind them. They love the support that the Cub Scouts and Girl Scouts receive from their families.
That is so cool. I love their go-kart.
What a great idea. Next up, we have the Citrus Valley High School Band. 75 participants. It's their 7th year in our parade. They were founded in 2009. The Black and Gold Brigade has grown to the largest level in school history. They're directed by Austin Miners, drum majors Grant Goodman, and Aruba Adekari.
Let's go ahead and listen to the Citrus Valley High School Band.
They've got their color guard here tonight.
And we are a community that's so blessed. Citrus Valley, the 3rd major high school that we have here in
Yes.
Redlands.
3 large high schools, dynamic programs. We couldn't do it without them. And they join the parades, they support activities all the time in our community. We now have the large Krikorian Premier Theaters float. They wish everyone happy holidays. They've been in the parade for 18 years.
Wow.
And they are celebrating 20 years of business here in Redlands. They look forward to decades more, and they think that the magic of movies is still alive in Redlands.
Absolutely, I agree. Look at that.
They have got a great float this year.
Looks like inside the cab there is Don Wallace. He's one of our Kiwanians.
One of our Kiwanians.
Gentleman sitting in the chair in there, I don't know if you can see him. He's one of the longtime ushers of Krikorian. I remember
Wow.
I was actually there on the day that Krikorian opened here at Redlands. Before we only had the Fox Theater, and when Krikorian opened, it was a huge event. And the gentleman you see there is one of the ushers, and he has been with them from the very beginning. So, Allie, so far I'm just so impressed with all these floats.
It is. It is wonderful to see. We're going to hand it over to Cheryl.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. Hi. Hi, Devin and Maddie and Kaylin. Ruff, 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 meow, meow, ruff.
Thank you so much.
That's Enrique, and that is our city manager. Looks like Cheryl talk. Thanks for coming out here, Enrique.
They are followed by GS and Yamo. This is their first year in the parade, so we have to thank them and welcome them to the annual Christmas parade. They are a nonprofit whose goal is to create the next generation of cyclists. They work to build lifelong athletes and teach young riders and their parents to be safe and effective cyclists. You should check out their Facebook page. Look for GS and Yamo. Thanks so much for being here, guys. The bikes look awesome.
All right, if you can hear those drums, then you know who's coming. That's the San Bernardino West Side Steppers. Founded in 1991, the West Side Steppers have been marching their way throughout the country, bringing joy and inspiration to all that view them. They're sponsored by the City of San Bernardino Parks and Recreation Department. And if you're interested in getting hold of them, you can contact the Hernandez Community Center in San Bernardino. The group meets there on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and enrollment is ongoing. Let's go ahead and listen in to the West Side Steppers drill team and drum squad. Love seeing all those happy faces. And they're getting down. I love that.
They are one of my favorite entries. It's something so different and so vibrant. Their performance, their colors.
Well, yeah, and you know, we always think, I think we tend to forget, carrying all that equipment, walking.
1.5 to 2 miles that the parade route is.
Absolutely.
Next up, we have our very own Glencairn Farm. They've been in the parade for 4 years, and it's a family-run farm here in Redlands. They're owned by the Cunningham family. Bill Cunningham is one of our judges, and they've provided produce since 1980. Oranges, avocados, grapefruit, stone fruits, persimmons, pomegranates, figs, and more.
And it looks like they brought Chris Kringle with them.
3 different trucks, followed by a snowman.
Love that.
It's great to have them here in the parade again.
Yeah, and again, you know, I think one of the things it does too, Allie, is it embraces the history of Redlands, you know, with the citrus packing and the farmlands that we had. And I know Bill Cunningham is very proud of that, and he always shares that with us.
Very proud.
So we want to thank Cunningham Farms.
The history of Redlands is very, very rich in so many ways. The parade being one of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
We just had the Zonta Club of Redlands pass by us. They are a women's service club dedicated to advancing the status of women worldwide.
And next up, we have Sanborn's West Coast Mechanical. Sanborn's has been in the parade for 4 years. They're located in Redlands, and they provide quality residential and commercial heating and cooling services.
They are here supporting Redlands Family Services, who provide support for families for 118 years. Their mission is more important than ever: alleviate poverty, encourage self-sufficiency, and promote the dignity of all. I love the fact that Sanborn's puts a float in the parade that is there for Family Services Association to use.
Absolutely.
You see the families representing. Kiwanis continually supports Family Services, as do many other organizations in our town. They do so much work throughout Redlands and in other areas. Riverside has Family Services, and the services they provide are pretty remarkable.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would highly recommend, for anyone who's interested, make your way over to the website for Family Services Association of Redlands. They are always looking for volunteers, especially this time of the year.
This time of year.
So they have shelves that need to be stocked. They have presents that need to be wrapped. They service folks all the way up to Christmas Day. So please make your way out there. And it looks like we're panning this crowd right now, and I love that. Everyone's still warm and they're out there. And Allie, why don't you go and take this next one?
Next up, we have the Redlands Girl Scout Troops. They have more than 90 members. I love that they band together for tonight's parade, and they have been in the parade for over 10 years. We have troops from the Redlands area: Troop 542, 1040, 265, 30, 628, 34, 420, 427, and 42.
That's a mouthful.
I know. We got to get all those troop numbers out there because we are so thrilled that they are all here one big parade entry marching together.
Love that. Yeah, so the Girl Scouts, they range from different grade levels, if you will, or groupings. So they have daisies, brownies, juniors, cadets, seniors, and ambassador levels. One thing that they wanted us to let us know is that the cookie sales will begin in late January.
So right after Christmas, you can get your cookies.
All right, so what's your favorite cookie that they have?
I love the Thin Mints.
Yep.
And I love the Caramel Delights.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite. And I pretty much can't pass up at least a box of each.
Do you take the Thin Mints? Do you put them in the freezer?
I don't, because I don't like cold chocolate.
Ah, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny. One of those things they become a staple is Girl Scout
You
cookies.
expect them that one time a year, and you get so excited.
Oh, look at that.
Their outfits look awesome.
So sweet.
What a great showing for tonight's parade.
Absolutely. Oh, I love looking. They have the polar bear on top of the trucks there. Girl Scouts just in full force tonight.
They are so happy to be here, you can tell. And what a large group. I think I'm kind of stunned by the number of kids marching in this, that there were so many who band together.
Absolutely.
In that one group.
And embracing the lights, too.
Yeah, they had the necklaces, they had the trucks decorated. It looked really, really great.
Next up, we have Redlands City Council member Paul Barrich, serving his first time on the council. And if I heard correctly, I think Paul is riding big style tonight. He is in the fire truck from the Redlands Fire Department. That's great.
I did not expect that. I saw the lights and wasn't quite expecting to see him in there.
Paul's a member of the Cultural Arts Commission, Human Relations Commission. He's a member of the Optimist Club. He serves in a variety of capacities in Redlands. Just the entire Barrich family, very, very active in our community, and we thank them so much.
He is married to Joan and has 2 daughters and 2 grandkids, who I hope got the opportunity to ride in that tonight.
Absolutely.
How exciting would that be?
I know Paul's brother George is a proud Kiwanian and has been a past president of ours as well.
I think we're going to hand it over to Cheryl, see if she can get a few words from him.
All right.
I'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. We're so lucky to be in this town. Merry Christmas, Redlands. And remember, shop Redlands first.
Enjoy the parade, guys. Thank you so much.
We have Redlands AYSO. Look at their float coming up here. It is decorated with lights and soccer balls. They've got goals and stockings.
They're even playing a little bit of soccer behind there. A little bit about the Redlands AYSO. They've been in the parade for 4 years, and they've been providing quality soccer programs to youth since 1974. They really promote that everybody gets to play. They have balanced teams, open registration, positive coaching, good sportsmanship, player development. My boys have played in the Redlands AYSO, and I've had the fortune of coaching them in there. And I'll tell you, I love that they have inclusion. There's always hard-working folks, and it's all volunteer-based, which I think is the best.
It's amazing. It takes an army. Next up,
looks like we have Cope Middle School and the ASB leadership team, and they're proudly out there. We want to thank Cope Middle School and the leadership team of their ASB.
they really embraced the theme this year as well. They've got a lot of lights on their float.
Allie, you seem like the type you probably were in some ASB back in the day.
I was from about 6th grade on. I must admit it. They are followed by the Anton Elementary School drill team. They've got 30 girls here this year, ages 8 to 11. It's the first year in the parade, so we have to welcome them. They look great. Their captain is Jada Jones. Their co-captains, Jocelyn Mayoral, Alicia Page Lopez. They are 3rd through 6th graders.
Anton Elementary School drill team.
Thank you again for being in our parade this year.
Next up, we've got an outstanding float following. This is Cub Scout Pack 24. This is their 6th year with us, and this pack meets at the First United Methodist Church here in Redlands. Look at this float, Allie.
I love it. They look so great and so enthusiastic. You can hear their message coming from the vehicle.
Well, I don't know if it's a vehicle as much as it's a dog.
I just wanted to verify.
Yeah. They have...
What an innovative float. I love the balloons coming out of the chimney on what I assume is the doghouse.
Yeah, and actually, you know what it is? I just figured this out. It is from the movie Up. So that is the dog from the movie Up. You'll see the house has the balloons on top of it.
The one that floats away. What an amazing idea.
Love
Cub Scout
that.
Pack 24, thank you guys so much.
And I know my kiddos are probably watching this, so yes, Isaiah, Ava, and Caleb, I love that. That is it. That's from Up.
Next up, we have Trinity Episcopal Preschool. They are one of the oldest preschools in Redlands, opening their doors in 1948. They continue to offer a balanced program of learning through play. They also emphasize fine and cultural arts in their educational programming. Looks like they've got a lot of family members out there.
And again, they've embraced the theme. Some of those scooters are lit up. They have lights on the bikes.
This looks great. I love the variety of our entries. You have the groups that walk, you have the marching bands, you have the large trailers, you have the trucks with those blow up. I don't know what those are called. There's a name for them. They're all over the place now.
And give those kiddos credit too. They're walking this thing.
Yeah, and it's not short.
Looks like it's followed by their garden. Well, following behind them, Allie, is we have the Redlands Christian Middle School Jazz Band.
This is their third year in the parade. They consist of students grades 6 to 8, and they're an auditioned ensemble of dedicated musicians who actually meet once a week to practice. And they play 5 to 6 times throughout the year in a variety of venues in our community. Let's give them a listen.
Looks like they're riding in the truck from Control Temp Heating and Air.
I love that businesses would sponsor a group and somehow make sure that that group could be in the parade.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what a fun opportunity to perform.
Following them, we have the Ortiz family and friends getting ready for Christmas.
They have been in this parade for 15 years, and I remember them from last year. I love that this family brings friends together for the holidays, and they just are here to wish Redlands a very Merry Christmas.
Yes.
We thank the Ortiz family for being here again, and they are lighting the way, as you'll see on the poster on the side of their float, they are lighting the way with a family tradition.
And it looks like they've even got a mini Chewbacca riding on the back of their...
Star Wars theme runs deep this year.
I heard. I think...
We have a surprise.
All right. Yeah, look, they've got... You got the
tree.
There's Chewbacca sitting there.
Some reindeer.
Thank you, Ortiz family.
Next up, we have the Rochford Foundation. This might be one of the most interesting foundations or organizations in our community. The Burge Mansion children are supported by the Rochford Foundation, and the Rochford Foundation owns the beautiful Burge Mansion here in Redlands. They've dedicated the use of that mansion solely to local kids through organizations like the Boys and Girls Club, Micah House, and the YMCA. They have summer camps. They do special days for children through the newer organization, Mansion Memories, and what a unique opportunity to go up to this historic mansion and spend your time there getting after school help, getting homework help, learning to cook.
Absolutely.
A really, really interesting and amazing contribution to our community.
Yeah, and you know, I think it really, again, it goes back to just the generosity that you see in this community. For them to open their doors and to embrace the kids, but not only that, just embrace the fact that, hey, we're here to help, and it's such a beautiful venue, and I highly recommend it. I know many times that the YMCA will put on events there, and I recommend those of you watching at home, again, to find out online where these events are and participate and support these organizations.
Yeah, give your support to these organizations because they make our community what it is.
Next up, we have Beatty Middle School Marching Band, and they've been with us for 12 years now, directed by Curtis Allen Jr. The school principal is Angela Nahas. The color guard advisors are Michelle Center and Andrea Hadigas, and the student teacher is Courtney Otis.
The band brings holiday greetings and cheer from across the Wash and East Highland. Let's give them a listen as they come by. They've got their color guard with them, and they look great. I love that they chose red and green for their flags for this parade. They are closely followed by our California State Assemblyman, Mark Steinert. He is here in the parade again this year, and we are so happy to welcome him and congratulate him on his recent re-election to the 40th Assembly District.
Right. A little bit about Mark. He's the vice chair of the Committee on Housing and Community Development. He serves on the Health Committee and Governmental Organizations Committee. He's a former city council member of Rancho Cucamonga, small business owner, and he's married to Maria, and they have 2 children, Madison and Mason.
Looks like he is marching with a pack of Cub Scouts, and we're going to hand it over to Cheryl.
Merry Christmas to everybody, and God bless everyone in Redlands tonight. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you for being here again and supporting the Redlands Christmas Parade.
Absolutely. Well, just real quick, taking a look out here, Allie, it has grown in number on the amount of people that are out here.
In our corner specifically, the crowd is a little bit thicker. There's a lot more noise coming from them, which I think is great. We're not even halfway through the parade yet. We're looking at an amazing classic car that would have been what Mark could have ridden in, but he chose to walk with that pack of Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts.
Right. Why don't you take this next one, because I know that one of our members, Mike Ballinger, this is a near and dear to him.
Next up, we have the Relay for Life of Redlands. They have at least 20 people, looks like even more than they expected, who are cancer survivors and friends of survivors. It's their 7th year in the parade. And the Relay for Life for 2017 will take place at Rev on Saturday, May 20th of 2017. One of our members, Mike Ballinger, does a lot of work with the Relay for Life in this area.
Yeah. My mother, who we lost just about a year and a half ago to cancer, but she was a proud supporter of Relay for Life and had an opportunity to speak at many of their events. The work that they do, we wouldn't have enough time to go over it all, but I'm so blessed that this organization is with us. And special shout out to those of you out there who are fighting and surviving this disease.
Next up, we have the Citrus Valley Cheerleaders. This is their 7th year in the parade, and they've got a great group of girls with them tonight. They are JV and varsity cheer, song and dance squad, and the mascots, and they are extremely proud to represent their school.
Again, Citrus Valley, one of the major high schools that we have here in Redlands.
I believe Citrus Valley is our newer high school.
That's right, yeah. And one of the things that's been great to watch Citrus Valley grow is their sports program has taken off. I know their girls softball team has done extremely well, so we're just totally blessed to have them in.
Next up is the Redlands Family YMCA and the YMCA of the East Valley. They have got cyclists, unicyclists, stilt walkers, jugglers. Their float is amazing.
They even have sword swallowers out here. They have about 400 of them participating this year. They've been in the parade about 26, so many times I think we've lost count on that one. YMCA has a 127-year history of serving the Redlands area with the focus on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. The Y is committed to strengthening the community. One of the big things they do, Allie, is the Great Y Circus.
It is so popular.
It was founded in 1929 and now engages over 300 children and adults in athletic feats that they never thought possible.
I believe the Y Circus performances happen throughout the month of May.
Right.
And you've got to get your tickets early by going through the YMCA, either online or visit the Y here in Redlands to get your tickets. It's crazy to see what these kids can do, what they learn as they go through circus training.
And it looks like they're lining up here. Oh. Yeah, you know what? I know it's not that far off the ground, Allie. I'm not sure I could sit there.
I don't think I could either. And the stilt walkers, imagine that.
No.
What a great entry to see all of those people, the families. Again, I love that the parents walk along with their kids who are in the parade.
Yeah, absolutely. And the YMCA, you know, also a couple things, just personal stories for myself. My kids learned how to swim at the YMCA.
Oh, wonderful.
In some of their the lessons they took there. YMCA also very generous to donate some of their rooms to our nonprofit organizations. Next up, we have one of my absolute favorite, Chick-fil-A. And this is Chick-fil-A over at Citrus Plaza. They've been in the parade for about 5 years now, and looks like they have the cows up there because they always want to tell you, don't eat meat, eat chicken.
Eat more chicken. There they are. Their float looks wonderful. I love the lights around the top. It looks like they've got a lot of kids joining them tonight.
Chick-fil-A also a very generous organization. I know that there's a number of schools that they donate food to. They're always out at our major events, a big community player. And so we want to thank Chick-fil-A for coming out and joining the Redlands Christmas Parade.
Absolutely. Love that they have 2 mascots. I haven't seen that before. 2 mascots on their parade.
Next, we have the Loma Linda Filipino Pathfinders Club Church Youth Drill Team. They have about 60 to 80 participants ages 10 to 18, and they're associated with the Loma Linda Filipino Seventh-day Adventist Church.
I believe this is their first year in our parade, so we have to welcome them and thank them for participating. It's great to get new entries, to see new faces, and to hopefully start a tradition with their organization of coming back year after year.
Absolutely. And they have their drill faces on. They're ready.
And I love that they have those sunglasses on that are lighting up.
Allie, why don't you go ahead and take this next one?
Next up, we have the Alta Vista South Public Charter School Spirit Squad. This is their first year in the parade. They emphasize independent learning for grades K through 12 in Highland. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you, and we're glad you decided to join us this year.
Embracing the theme of Light It Up. Right behind them on the bikes, we have Oscar's Mexican Food. One of my favorite places to eat lunch here.
And right around the corner from where we are now.
Next up, we have the City of Redlands Solid Waste Division. And they have lit up the truck tonight.
It looks great.
Following behind them, I was told is going to be, yep, there they are, 3 trash trucks they brought with them.
You know, normally they come at the end of the parade.
Yep.
They have to deal with the end of the parade. This year, I love that they're right in the middle. They're really a part of it. Redlands is a city that works. I firmly believe it and feel it. I love that they decided to have an entry and support the Redlands Christmas Parade. Again, we get a lot of support from a variety of sponsors in the city, but we also get great support from the City of Redlands. They work to really coordinate with us because this is a big production.
Yeah, absolutely. Could not do it without their involvement and their support. You know, when you think about too, all right, making their presence known here.
Their trucks look great.
Yeah,
Sorry to cut you off
no,
there.
you're great. Yeah, absolutely amazing. I was just gonna say, this is one of those organizations or groups within the city that, you know, really probably doesn't get enough recognition for the sake that, you know, all that waste has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And, you know, I know in my neighborhood they change it up, and you and I don't live too far from each other.
No,
Tuesdays, we have to roll out our cans
Yep.
Tuesday night
Yep,
for that Wednesday morning pickup.
yep. And it doesn't change often. A few times with the holidays.
Yeah, and I think we take for granted the fact that we put it out there, but there's a hard-working crew who picks it up and keeps our neighborhoods clean, and we're just so thankful for that.
We also have with us, following the trash department, we have the City of Redlands Parks Department. They take care of our city parks. I think Redlands is unique in the number of parks we have, the beautifully preserved open spaces. And these are the people responsible for that.
Absolutely. They have their brush truck with them, and this is the one, Allie, where they hop in the cab there, and it takes them up, and they're trimming the trees and making sure they're staying out of the power lines. And we're very blessed here in Redlands to be able to be a very green city. I know that conservation is important, and we promote that. I love the fact that with our parks, not only is it the city, but we also have a lot of service organizations. One of them it makes me think of now is we have our Helping Hands Day here in Redlands, where you have a number of organizations that come out, and that's simply what we do is we clean.
Get into those local parks.
Right, clean the medians, and we're out there making sure that we have the roofs are repaired on some of the restrooms and
the fences. Or I know this last summer a big focus was the benches at the Redlands Bowl.
Right.
Next up, we have the Redlands Community Orchestra. They have been in the parade for 4 years. They were founded in 2013. They're conducted by James Benanti. They are a musical place where amateur musicians of all ages can play orchestral music together. Let's let them play for a little bit, see if we can't hear what they're playing.
Yeah, and for them, Allie, the next concert for them is March 12th, 2017 at 3 p.m. at RHS Clock Auditorium.
Next up, what a great entry. We have the Museum of Redlands in a historic truck. We know the two men in there, Steve Stockton, one of our Kiwanians, and the vehicle is being driven by Tim Maroney, another Kiwanian. The Museum of Redlands is an ongoing big deal for our community. They just are unveiling their new logo.
Wow.
The Museum of Redlands is in their capital campaign. They are raising money to get construction of the Redlands Daily Facts building underway.
Next up, we have Moore Middle School's marching band. They've been in the parade for so many years we can't count at this point. The Moore Middle School marching band is under the direction of Katie Barton, Dennis Wolbert, Colleen Duncan. Their drum instructor is DJ Mantle. Drum majors are Jacob Patino, Caitlin Wilson, Amira Marshall. Their color guard captains are Jordan Davis, Lauren Valdez, and Sage Bowling. Their band president is Riley Williamson, vice president Brianna Sobrano. The Moore band competes all over Southern California, winning numerous awards. And I love the band's motto, Allie, working hard and achieving greatness.
Absolutely, and they look wonderful tonight.
So many young, talented people in this community.
There's something very traditional about a marching band at a parade.
Oh, yeah.
And next up, we have our very own Congressman, Pete Aguilar. He represents the 31st Congressional District. He was sworn in on January 6, 2015, and he serves on the Armed Services and Agricultural Committees. He is fourth generation Inland Empire, and we are so pleased that he has decided to join us again in this parade.
Yeah, absolutely. Pete is also the former mayor of Redlands, lives here still with his wife Alicia and their two sons. You know, I think it's so cool, Allie, just talking about as we see the band there, and looks like they're getting ready to march forward, but just makes me think a little bit about even my time as we're kind of just waiting for the band to go through.
Yep.
I remember walking through this parade as a kid myself in the choir
You did not
days.
tell us that yet. And there's Pete Aguilar. I think we're going to hand it over to Cheryl. See if we can't get a few words from Pete. We are so lucky to have him here
next
tonight.
up we have Congressman Pete Aguilar.
He was recently
Pete
reelected
Aguilar
to
and family,
Congress
and Pete
right
Aguilar
in
is giving
November.
everyone holiday wishes. Maybe someone would like to say Merry Christmas. Pete Aguilar.
Hey, Pete, we want to talk to you.
I just hope everybody's having a great time, and it's always good to be here. You guys put on a good show. Thanks, Cheryl. Love you.
Thank you so much, Pete, for joining us. He is a former mayor of Redlands. We are lucky to have him represent us in Congress.
Next up, following Pete, is we have Ritual Brewing Company. Ritual Brewing Company is over on 1315 Research Drive in Redlands.
They are wishing everyone a happy and safe holiday.
Yeah, and we definitely, please, solicit these businesses that come out. It's so important.
It really is. They provide so much to our community. It's not just the jobs, but the community support and things like this. They show up, and they really take a part in what goes on here, from the parades like this or the Veterans Day Parade, but other events and supporting organizations that need donations of beer, donations of money.
Yeah.
They really show up, and so we do need to patronize them and support them.
Absolutely. Next up, we have the Redlands School of Dance. This is their first year back in Redlands Parade since 1995. Welcome back, Redlands School of Dance. The Redlands School of Dance has been a lovingly inspiring children and adults for 23 years under the direction of Miss Becky Fitzpatrick. Her range in age from 4 years to mature adulthood. They're a family-oriented business with a desire to promote healthy lifestyles and servant hearts. These students are a light to all they meet. One of the things I think I love here is that they are performing tonight. Christmas is starting now. And let's go ahead and watch the Redlands School of Dance, led by Becky Fitzpatrick.
What a great addition to our Christmas parade. The girls look great. I love that it is, again, family friendly. Dancing lessons from early on up through adulthood.
Next up, we have the 501st Legion. This is their first time in the parade. The 501st Legion is an all-volunteer costuming group dedicated to promoting interest in Star Wars and bringing together costume enthusiasts under a collective identity. The 501st is proud to put its resources to good use through fundraising, charity work, and volunteerism. Recently marched in the Hollywood Christmas Parade, and now they are here.
They are here
in Redlands.
They are. What an amazing addition. Again, their costumes are impeccable. And they are an international organization. In preparing for this, doing some research, there are troops everywhere. And this group, Inland Empire, Southern California based, they get together for events like this. They get dressed, they put on these amazing costumes and represent Star Wars fans.
Well, I can only imagine my boys are going crazy right now.
I bet.
They are big Star Wars fans. And we have, I think we would be remiss if we didn't mention that in December, the next series of Star Wars movies are coming out. So we have Star Wars Rogue One is coming out. And my sons have already asked me if they can camp out in front of the theater.
Wow. They are serious fans.
They really are, yeah.
Wow.
We own every single one of them there. There are the Jawas there. And they're dressed up in their Christmas best. We have some stormtroopers following behind them. We saw Darth Vader there.
The costumes are amazing. The authenticity of them is just remarkable. I didn't know what to expect. I had heard about this for, the last few months. They were in the paper. We're so pleased to have them join us, and it is so impressive to see how their costumes are executed. Really, really well done.
There's dressed up as Luke Skywalker there. We also have, look at some of the Boba Fett's there. And I'm sorry, I'm geeking out right now. Allie, I am geeking out over Star Wars.
and I appreciate it because I really don't know enough. I remember the originals.
Yeah. Well, I absolutely love this, and again, this is just another way to reach out to the kiddos and
connect with them, to put something in front of them that they know and can relate to, if not just be so excited to see.
And they have the Galactic Academy there. Again, this is the 501st Legion, over 50 members of their organization. And knowing that they were just marching just a week ago, I think it was, in the Hollywood Christmas Parade, and now they're here with us in Redlands.
I feel pretty lucky to be able to see them here. And we thank them for joining us and hope they'll come back again.
There's Kylo Ren with his lightsaber. Oh, that was Han Solo there.
Look at what they did to that vehicle.
Wow.
What a great idea. We got to shout out to Cam Edits one more time as we're watching what you guys are seeing on TV. The production quality this year is remarkable. You are getting so many different views of the parade.
Mm-hmm.
They have done an amazing job, and we thank them for their support of the Redlands Christmas Parade, for working with us and really, really doing a great job tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you can get any more professional than Cam Edits, and I love that they're a local business here in Redlands, and I highly recommend you looking them up.
Next up, we have the Alta Vista Credit Union. They have been in the parade for 9 years, so we have to welcome them back. And they really took hold of the theme this year. Look at all the lights on their float. Is that an igloo? With a penguin? What a wonderful idea. They are located on Lagonia Avenue across the street from Citrus Plaza. And their credit union has been serving the region for 50 years.
Yeah, they're also a parade sponsor this year, and we want to thank them for their generosity in supporting the Redlands Christmas Parade. And you're right, the igloo there looks like Frosty's on there.
What a wonderful float.
Next up, Allie, we have Byron Marquez and the Inland Empire 66ers and the Rev Spirit Leaders. So this is the 66ers baseball dance team.
They are carried by, I believe it's coming up, you're just out of view at this point, but a Crown Fire Coach Club.
Yeah, we're gonna end up seeing 4 trucks here in a little bit. A 1970 Crown Fire engine from Culver City, 1975 Crown ladder truck from Redlands, 1968 American LaFrance fire engine from Laguna Beach, and a 1968 fire engine from Downey. And that was the Inland Empire 66ers dance team.
And next up, we have the Redlands Cyclery. They are representing the Redlands Bicycle Classic. It will be its 33rd annual bike classic this year, and it will be held May 3rd through 7th,
well, and if you look
2017.
Sorry to interrupt you. It looks like they have Buddy the Elf back there.
They do. Next week on Tuesday, our local and new Harkin Theater is showing Elf, the movie. Tuesday night, classic movie night. What a great idea for a float.
Love that.
Next up, we are being followed by something with a lot of lights.
Wow, I love that truck. This looks like it's the Kuka's entry.
One of my favorite Mexican restaurants here in town, Kuka's Mexican Food. This is their first year in the parade, so thank you so much for being here. We welcome you.
Yeah, welcome. Kuka's is a family restaurant. Their first location was in Redlands. It was in 1989. And you know, one of the things that I love getting from Kuka's is ordering the tamales from them. And you can already start now. They're accepting those Christmas tamale orders.
Yes, order them for Christmas.
Kuka's, I think, you know, one of the reasons that I really love them too is they embrace the fact they're a family-owned and operated business. And they've been in this community since 1989.
That's pretty remarkable.
Next up, Allie, looks like we have a 1965 fire truck.
Wow. That is stunning.
It's carrying J.R. Algaro, who's a member of the Yucaipa City Council, and the driver of this is David Avila. And there's your 1965 fire truck.
What a great addition. I love the classic cars that you see in parades, classic or even the contemporary fancy models of vehicles that you don't see every day. It's really neat. Next up, we have the California Youth Spirit Corps. These are the All-Stars. They are a youth cheer, dance, and drill team, and they have been in this parade for 21 years.
Oh my goodness.
They were formed in 1987 by Dolores Cowan with instruction provided by Amber River and Cami Acebes. The program teaches teamwork, physical fitness, confidence, and coordination all in one super fun environment.
Yeah, they have been participating in events such as the Angels and Dodger baseball stadiums, Knott's Berry Farm, and they're always welcoming new members. You can start joining as early as January of 2017, and just visit their website at www.cyscalstars.com. And I'm going to say that again, that's cyscalstars.com.
What a great addition to the parade. Being here 21 years, they always come in full force. Look at those little girls.
So cute.
And dressed warm.
Yeah.
They are dressed warm.
Next up, we have our county supervisor, Mr. James Ramos. First elected in November of 2012, and he sits on the Redlands Conservancy Board. He was born and raised on the San Manuel Indian Reservation. He's with his wife, Terry, married of 24 years, and they have 4 kids.
He has a deep commitment to the preservation of California Indian culture, and we are going to hand it over to Cheryl so she can get a few words from him in just a minute. Got the Boy Scouts carrying his sign.
James Ramos. James, would you like to wish everyone at home a happy holiday?
Wish everybody a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and enjoy your family.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being in the parade.
Thank you so much, James. We are glad you could join us tonight for the Redlands Christmas Parade. Again, this is the 27th annual Redlands Christmas Parade. This has been going on for a long time.
We'd also like to welcome Second Baptist Church off of Stewart Street. This is their second year in the parade with us. Their pastor is Pastor Anthony Green, and their associate pastor is Bishop Dr. Jackie Green.
They are shortly and quickly followed by the Redlands Theater Festival. That vehicle is something I will not forget each year. They have been in the parade for many, many years, too many to count, and this summer is their 45th season under the stars in Prospect Park. They are the only true repertory theater in Southern California, and their shows run in July and August with a curtain time of 8 p.m. What a great addition. We are happy to have them here.
They're followed right behind Redlands Community Hospital. Redlands Community Hospital has been serving this community for over 100 years.
I know the Kiwanis Club of Redlands likes to work with them, and we get much support from Redlands Community Hospital. It's amazing to have a hospital in an area like this that has been around for so long.
Yeah, absolutely. All three of my kiddos born at Redlands Community Hospital.
I was going to ask.
Well, looks like a lot of fun coming up right behind them, Allie. We have the San Bernardino Teen Music Workshop.
This is their first year in the parade. Thank you guys so much for joining us. They are a local music program that provides free music lessons and performance opportunities. They've performed at Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, Raging Waters, SeaWorld, and a variety of charity events. Let's give them a listen.
Wow. Tonight they have their all-girl band, Alive in the Lights, performing upbeat versions of holiday classics. You know, these talented artists have performed at the House of Blues, the Glass House, Chain Reaction, and other festivals or events. If you want any more information about the San Bernardino Teen Music Workshop, you can visit them online at sbteenmusicworkshop.com.
And followed by that, we have the Redlands Car Club. This is their first year in the parade as well, and I can't believe we haven't seen these vehicles before. They are amazing.
That's right, Allie. They have 6 cars and 8 bicycles with them today.
And they've embraced the theme. Look at all the lights on each one of those vehicles.
Love it. They've decorated them there.
Those are some wildly interesting bicycles, as well as vehicles. I love the lights on each one.
Yeah, and you know, I have a couple of clients. I work at Community Bank here in Redlands, and some of my clients are car enthusiasts, and the time that it takes, the dedication, how meticulous it takes for the care of these vehicles, it's just so impressive to me. A lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of energy, but you know what? They do it so the rest of us can benefit from seeing it.
Right, they show up to these events, they do the car shows that are often charity events, and they really like to showcase their vehicles and all the work it takes. You're right, it is impressive.
Right and low to the ground there. This makes me think, my dad tells me stories of back in his heyday where they would take some of the Model Ts and race them in the back streets of San Bernardino and Redlands, and these ones are a little bit nicer. I don't think they would have done these ones, but
no.
I love that we still, again, a big part of this parade is, yeah, we have Star Wars and we have some young kids, but also we're embracing the history.
The history of our region.
That's right, bringing out the classic cars here. A couple things, Allie, while we have these going through. Another event that we have coming in here in Redlands too is Little Brown Bag Handmade Market on Sunday, December 4th from 10:30 to 4 at the Mitten Building. That's a free event where they're featuring local artists and crafts with handmade jewelry, handbags, candle soaps, things of that nature. Again, that's at the Mitten Building on Sunday, December 4th.
Next up, we have the Redlands Terriers. That is Redlands High School Marching Band and Color Guard.
Yeah, they are under the direction of Mr. James Beninati and the street commander of Drum Major Brian Begg. This year, they're going to be performing
Jingle Bell Jam.
Yeah.
Redlands High School is the oldest high school in the city of Redlands.
Yeah.
I know you are not a Terrier.
I'm not.
Nor am I, but the rivalry runs deep.
It definitely does, yeah. And we're so excited to have Redlands High School Marching Band with us. Following closely behind them is the Packing House Christian Academy Jazz Band.
This is their 4th year in our parade. They, too, have embraced the theme this year. They are under the direction of Vicki Napier. The PCA Jazz Band is an enthusiastic group of musicians, both beginners and experienced ones who love playing music together.
Hey guys, how are you?
They look great, and we're so happy to have them here again. What a great addition to the parade.
Absolutely. Packing House Christian Academy over on San Bernardino Avenue. They're kind of near where all of the new Mountain Grove area is, right across from there. Looks like they have give me a verse on there, Luke 2:11. Following them, we got one of our big trucks, and I love the big entries here.
This is the Clarion Kids Community Choir. Brand new entry this year, and what an entry it is.
Yeah, so the Clarion Kids Community Choir Alley is a free kids choir sponsored by First Congregational Church of Redlands. And that was First Congregational Church of Redlands, pardon me. It's open to grades K through 8 and open to all families regardless of their religious beliefs or affiliations. They're directed by well-known Redlands performer, musician, and educator, Debbie Prutzman. And they want to have a special thanks to Dalton Trucking for providing both the truck and the driver.
They say Merry Christmas with love from the Clarion Kids Community Choir.
It looks like sounds like they're playing the Charlie Brown music there.
Yep. What a great float. And next up, we have the Renegades Water Polo Club. We got to welcome them back. It's their 2nd year in our parade, ages 8 through 18, and they're a water polo club focused on developing players for high school and college. They serve the Inland Empire, and they operate year-round. Again, that's for ages 8 to 18.
That's right, and you can go ahead and find out more about them at www.renegadeswaterpolo.org.
I'm amazed at how people really incorporated the lights.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it makes a difference for our evening electrical parade. We want to encourage people to do that, and they're really embracing the theme.
Hey guys, how you doing?
What a great group of kids.
They are so excited. I love that. Absolutely love that.
Wonderful addition once again.
Well, Allie, next up, it looks like we have our Redlands Pride football. This is their 1st year in the parade.
Welcome, you guys.
The goal of this organization is to build a foundation of character and confidence in every child from ages 5 through 14 in a family environment through hard work, accountability, encouragement. They teach the fundamentals of football while striving to be the most competitive football program possible. And we want to welcome for the first time Redlands Pride football. And they're the Lions.
They have got a large group supported by their families marching through the parade this year.
Hey guys.
It's always exciting to welcome new entries who decide they want to be a part of this. And we want to encourage them to join over and over again in this parade and the others in the Inland Empire.
They're carrying their trophies there as well. A lot of sports here for youth in Redlands. We already saw AYSO come through here. You have Redlands Pride here for football. We saw the water polo team, so number of organizations.
This is an impressive float coming up. And they have got the trees. It is still the Redlands Pride. What a great job they've done.
Wow. Redlands
Look at
Pride.
that.
And Allie, if you look, the lights are in sync with the music.
They are time. Oh my goodness.
These guys went all out. How amazing.
What a remarkable number of people.
Redlands Pride, you guys should be really proud of yourselves. What a great entry.
Thank you so much for being here.
Shortly following Redlands Pride, we have one of our local real estate agents, Marjorie Lewis, with us. Marjorie Lewis is with Remax Advantage. She's been doing real estate here for 29 years in Redlands. Her motto is hats and excellent service never go out of style. I like that. And she's the person to go around buying and selling vintage homes. And so we want to thank Marjorie Lewis for joining us.
Following Marjorie are the Dancing Frisians and Andalusians for Rancho Jalisco. It is the Diaz family, 3 generations actually, a father, his sons, and a granddaughter riding with her dad. The Diaz family is proud to exhibit their beautiful dancing stallions for your enjoyment. The horses have been trained to dance to music. They have won numerous horse show championships and dancing competitions. I love that we have something like this here in Redlands.
Yes.
What an interesting addition, something you do not see every day.
And just what beautiful animals, too.
Amazingly graceful.
And they are dancing. Look at that. That is great.
You can see how they lift their hooves.
I think what's great too, Allie, is they brought their band with them as well.
Look at that. They are followed by the Empire Barber Company. This is their 2nd year in the parade, so welcome back. They're located at 421 West Redlands Boulevard, and they offer hair care, nail care, skin, and body care. They're blending traditional classic barbering with modern day sophistication.
Yeah, it's been really popular here in Redlands. We've noticed a number of barber shops open up here.
Within the last 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. More of a classic look. I'm a big fan. My mother was a cosmetologist for a long time, so love that.
You know the importance of a good haircut. Next up, we have Tarbell Realtors.
And they've embraced the Star Wars theme, as you can see. This is their 7th year in the parade. They're the largest family-owned real estate office in California, serving the community for over 87 years, Allie.
I had no idea. The theme of their float, Tarbell Realtors, lights your way home. What a great way to use that.
Yeah, and they have, looks like on their float there, they have some of the droids with them, so BB-8 is on there.
They are shortly and quickly followed by Cope Middle School Marching Band. This is their 16th year in the Redlands Christmas Parade. They are the Marching Eagles, and they're under the direction of Susie Chaplow, Brendan Hansen, and Caleb Roth. The drum majors are Daniela Lange and Delaney Hall. They wish everyone happy holidays.
All right, go Cope Eagles.
They sound great. He wrapped his drum with wrapping paper.
Smart guy. Well, next up, we have Lola, the Diva of Laughter. This is her 5th year in the parade with us. Lola helps out in all get-togethers, activities, fundraisers, and performs her act through the Inland Empire. She's available for events, and we want to thank Lola, the Diva of Laughter, for coming out with us.
I know, this is her 5th year in the parade. She shows up again and again, and what a great addition. Entries, small and large, really make this parade something special.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we have some time here, Allie, we also want to point out a couple other events that are happening here at Redlands. We have the Kimberly Crest Victorian Christmas Cheer.
Yes.
And this is happening on Sunday, December 11th at 6 p.m. The property will once again be open to display the Victorian Christmas decorations. And they have an ornament collection, they do a craft activity for kids,
Wow.
and they will be serving cookies and hot chocolate. So.
That's awesome. I have not been to that one yet, but the Kimberly Crest Mansion is amazing.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
a really great addition to our area. The history of it, the beauty of that property, it should not be missed.
You know, we talked a little bit when we started about Christmas traditions and things that were that had gone on here, and some folks told me about how when the Redlands Mall was open and active, Santa Claus used to be in there, and there would be rows and rows of kids lined up to meet Santa in the Redlands Mall. That is when
Did you get their photo taken?
That is when the Harris Company was there,
Yeah.
and just so much history and tradition here.
We're panning through the crowds lined up on Citrus. They are braving the cold. Can't say it's as cold as it's been in years past. I think we're lucky this year.
Yeah,
no
that is
wind,
true.
and we're not in freezing temperatures.
Kind of back to the thing on the, with the Redlands Mall and some of the traditions I went through there. I was told by several members that there used to be a bakery inside of there.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, and it was, I guess, from what they tell me, is that it was more of a part-time makeshift where they would be in there and bake cookies and things of that nature.
How interesting.
I was also told that they would do gift wrapping in there. And so once you bought your gifts in the downtown Redlands area, you would take them over to the Redlands Mall, and some of the service clubs would be in there, and they would wrap your presents.
That's an amazing thing. I would never expect that.
So if
I love that idea.
Well, I want you to keep that up for us, and I'm going to bring all of my family's presents to you.
Oh, great. I'll get my tape ready.
Yeah, you can wrap them up for us.
Next up, we have the Clement Middle School dance team. They have been in the parade for many years. We welcome them back. And they are an audition team in the Redlands Unified School District. So the girls have to audition in order to be on that team.
Wow. They even got the lights lit up on the wheels there.
Yeah.
And here comes the dance team.
They've taken the theme seriously. Christmas light necklaces. The groups know that at this point in the parade route, they're encouraged to do their performance, whether that is play a song or do the dance. And then part of the reason we have the pauses, then they got to go and catch up with the vehicle in front of them. But it's great to be able to see what they're capable of.
Yeah. Coming into your screen now, you will be looking at the Norton Air Force Base Museum and Veterans Group. They've been in the parade for 3 years now. They're located at San Bernardino International Airport, which was formerly Norton Air Force Base. Their museum is 3 years young, and they have many items documenting the history of the base. They're open from Thursday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and we recommend go and visit the Norton Air Force Museum. That base has been a staple of the Inland Empire for years.
Absolutely. I think much of why so many people are here and in this community, a part of our service organization, a part of many service organizations, is due to the presence of Norton Air Force Base before it closed. The fact that they are starting and continuing a museum 3 years young, I love that. They are here and they are known.
Following them, we have 89.7 KSGN. 3 years with us in the parade. They're a local family-friendly radio station. They play music with a message of hope, encouraging, uplifting. On their station, they tell us that they'll never hear offensive lyrics or crude humor. It's safe for all listening ears. KSGN is a community of people who love God and care about each other.
We're glad to welcome them back to the Redlands Christmas Parade.
Absolutely. Thank you, KSGN. And I know I'm a listener of KSGN. I listen to Brian and Brandy in the morning.
Awesome.
So I love hearing them.
Great that you support them, you know about them, and here they are in the parade.
Following them, we do have Bellissimo Handbell Ensemble, and we're going to let you listen in for the handbells coming.
They've actually been in the parade for 15 years, which I did not know until we were reading through the entries. And they're supported by the Redlands Adventist Academy. Let's give them a listen.
Yeah, Ali, Bellissimo is the high school handbell ensemble at Redlands Adventist Academy, and they ring over 5 octaves of English handbells.
Their sound is amazing. There's something very, very Christmassy about it.
Absolutely.
But I'm sure they do a variety of other songs.
Coming into view now is Garden Works for Kids. This is a nonprofit organization that promotes children's gardens. They promote botanical learning gardens and have 7 interactive learning gardens just for kids in Redlands and Yucaipa. They provide an opportunity for children to experience the joy of gardening and the miracle within. The program is designed to let kids get dirty, to touch, smell, and taste what is grown in the garden. Amen to that. And every seed planted is a miracle just waiting to happen.
As a fellow gardener, when I was reading through the entries this last week, I was so excited to see that something like this exists. What a great thing to have in our area.
Absolutely.
They are followed by Redlands Animal Shelter, another amazing place in our town. They have been in the parade for 4 years. They should have some dogs with them this year, and it's a great place to adopt dogs or cats. If you're ready for a loyal friend, go see them. They're located on Kansas Street, and they are open Tuesday through Saturday. I know they have an amazing group of volunteers who work with them continually throughout the year. Every week they show up at the Thursday night market night right here downtown. They post on Facebook. They maintain a great record of the animals available at the Redlands Animal Shelter, and ideally to rehome them, ideally to reunite them with their owners if they were lost. And it's great that they decide to show up to the parade to promote themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I know for my family, we've actually adopted a dog from them, and so little Annie is part of our family. And they're another organization where I know they always accept volunteers. So
Yes.
anyone who's watching, if you're interested in volunteering, especially around this time of the year, make your way over to the Redlands Animal Shelter, and I know they'd love some additional hands. They also take donations, dog food and things of that nature.
Dog food, blankets, kitty litter. They've always got a list of things they need.
Following them, Allie, is the American Acrobats Fitness Studio. This is a studio gym that offers beginning to elite levels of performance training, as well as fun and exciting alternative fitness classes. And you'll see them there. The studio is an extension of the American Acrobats professional group troupe that has been in existence for 26 years. And what you can see there is the human snow globe. And they have a contortionist dressed as a snowflake fairy.
I'm under the impression that this is a newer business here in Redlands, and so we have to welcome them to the parade.
Absolutely.
What an interesting and fascinating addition. I can't imagine taking such a class, but I love that we would have something like this, so unique. The snow globe is a great idea for a Christmas parade,
Absolutely.
and we thank them so much for being here.
Yeah. Again, Allie, I know we've mentioned it before, but I just looking out amongst the groups in front of us, families, and it has really packed in now here.
It has, and the people milling about, they cross when they can. We've seen a lot of people change and move around in front of us. They're sitting now. They've gone elsewhere. It's just neat to watch. I guess I get distracted. It's really, really neat to watch. There's an angel on stilts going by now.
And I believe this is still part of the American Acrobats Fitness Studio. So again, we want to thank them so much for joining us. Following them in the truck there, and you'll be coming into view here shortly, is Jack's Toys. And they have their truck dedicated to the all Christmas hayride. This is their second year in the parade. Jack's Toys is located right on State Street. It's locally owned and operated by the Eubanks family. They're open 7 days a week and are the only interactive toy store around.
I have to say, I went in there maybe a year ago to buy a toy for a toy drive, and had no idea what I was getting, but knew that I wanted something educational, not electronic. And the owner of the store worked with me to find the neatest recycled dump truck, made of recycled materials, a really fabulous company. It was a very great experience. I recommend going there.
Well, next up we have the Redlands East Valley Marching Wildcats.
You can be extra enthusiastic.
I really am. I am an alumni of Redlands East Valley High School, class of 1999. We were the first graduating class. This group right here has been participating in the parade for 15 years. The Rev Marching Wildcats are under the direction of Brian Hullett. They just finished their award-winning season with an 8th place win at the SCSBOA Championships with their field show entitled Into the Heights. The Rev Instrumental Department is grateful for the community support, and they look forward to seeing all of us at future fundraisers. Allie, I just want to say, go Wildcats!
I am glad you are so supportive of them, so enthusiastic. Again, the rivalry runs deep, but it's not without tons of support from the community. Let's give them a listen.
Following them, we have the Redlands High School softball team.
They are enthusiastic. fantastic. They are handing out flyers for something that must be coming up with their team.
After them, we have the E Street Cruisers Classic Car Club. They've been with us in the parade now for 11 years. The E Street Cruisers are a group of friends with a love for classic cars. They host charity car shows to help charities in the Inland Empire. And they just want to wish everyone a safe and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Again, this is the E Street Cruisers Classic Car Club.
I love the idea that these car clubs will hold their shows, showcase their vehicles, all the effort they have to put into it, and then dedicate that to a charity, to some organization. It's not going back to them and their vehicles. They're supporting a cause in whatever community they may be. I think that's really interesting.
Absolutely. You know, Allie, this might be a good time to go ahead and share again another event that's going on here. And I'll let you tell this one since you are an alumni.
I am. The University of Redlands, go Bulldogs, each year hosts the annual Feast of Lights. This is the 69th year that they will be doing it. And the reason we want to bring it up is they have 2 more performances. One is tomorrow night, Sunday, December 4th, and it's at 4 o'clock p.m. And then they have their last performance on Monday, December 5th at 5. It is a non-denominational service of worship celebrating in spoken word, tableau, song, and instrumental offering the birth of Jesus. The public is asked to bring non-perishable food items to the Feast of Lights, and the food will be collected and donated to the Family Services Association, where they distribute it to low-income and homeless families in the communities. The Feast of Lights, if you have not been, is an amazing Christmas holiday celebration.
Is it?
The quality is impeccable.
Awesome.
I
We'll have to
really,
check
really
that out.
recommend
And
it.
we are very blessed again to have University of Redlands in our community.
Yes. Next up, in the school bus, and I always feel like this just has such a presence at our parade. This year they have 2 school buses, the Redlands Educational Support Professionals Association, also known as RESPA. These are the men and women who work with teachers, parents, and especially children to provide the outstanding quality education that every student deserves. They are secretaries, paraprofessionals, bus drivers, custodians, computer geniuses, carpenters, electricians, accountants, food services and security personnel, health and student services, and more. They make our school district run.
Absolutely, and we're very, very, very lucky to have them here with us. Redlands School District, known as one of the top school districts, not just in the state of California, but in the nation.
In the nation. It's great to have them back in the parade again. Thank you so much for joining us. This is their 3rd year. We hope they will join us next year.
Over 100 people participating in that group. Well, following them is we have the USFS Wildfire Prevention Volunteers. The vehicle you see there is a Model T. It was an actual 1924 USFS patrol vehicle. The emblem on the door panels are original, and the equipment represents actual fighting apparatus of that era. Only through the efforts of wildfire prevention volunteers has this vehicle been brought back into operation, and we thank them for doing that. And you can see they have a special guest there, an old family favorite, Smokey the Bear. Smokey has been campaigning for wildfire prevention for more than 70 years. And I don't know, Allie, do you remember the saying?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Absolutely.
What a cool addition. I was pleased when I saw that they were going to be here. I know fire risk is really, really high right now. We're having this cold weather, and it's incredibly dry, even after last weekend's rain. The news was covering it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a neat reminder out there. We're not in summer, but fire danger is still present.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Allie, following them, we have Keller Williams Realty.
They are, what a rowdy bunch. This is a great group. They are looking to light your way home to home ownership. They believe real estate is a local business driven by individual agents and their presence within their communities. And here they are in our Christmas parade. They want to remind you that if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Keller Williams Realtors are waiting to serve you. Happy holidays.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Oh, look at it. Yes,
What a great float.
it's like a trade that they made there. Love it. Absolutely love it.
The creativity on some of the floats and the way they've incorporated the lights is really, really neat to see. I think as we plan the next parade, thinking about that theme, how we want people to use it is a good thing to keep in mind.
Well, Allie, following right behind them is a favorite of mine, Juan Pollo Restaurant. Juan Pollo is one of our commercial floats. They also have a classic vehicle with them. Juan Pollo has by far the best tasting chicken, is what they say. And you know what? I have to tell you, their food's pretty darn good.
I would agree. I would agree.
But Allie, just kind of being out here, and we're more than halfway through on our parade already, and just so excited that the Christmas season has kicked off here. I really feel like this parade always is just the momentum that takes us into Christmas here in our community.
It's the beginning of Christmas in Redlands. It really, really is. Thanksgiving may pass, but I mean, I don't have my tree yet. This is really what starts it.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Unity Worship Center.
And it looks like they got their kiddos back there.
They do.
All bundled up. And there's our good friends from Juan Pollo right there. And Juan Pollo was actually running there, looks like, with the Unity Worship Center. So again, much like you had said, Allie, there's a big supporters there from one organization to another. Juan Pollo, a local business, started in San Bernardino.
There's that classic car, an old highway patrol vehicle. Look at that.
Reminds me of the movie Cars.
Yes.
They had sheriff on there. That's exactly what that car looks like there.
A great way to connect with all the kids in the audience. I love that from where we stand, we can hear a lot of the kids to our right that are, maybe they know people, maybe they are excited about the vehicle, but the excitement, you can hear it.
Well, and speaking of excitement, Allie, I already hear coming down the way one of our big entries, the Juan Pollo Chicken is dancing his way
through the parade.
And you know what? Give Juan Pollo a ton of credit. They really came out tonight.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. What an awesome float.
They're on the SS Chicken Boat.
Oh my goodness.
That was one of those ones where just when we thought they couldn't stop, Juan Pollo kept going. They had 4 or 5 different entries that we want to thank them so much for participating with us. Look at that. Following them is we have Fiesta Village Family Fun Park. Fiesta Village has been in the parade for 15 years now. They're proud to be a Redlands Parade participant. They host events and parties of all sizes and age groups. They have something for everyone. If you're interested, come check them out at www.fiestavillage.com. You can also like them on Facebook, follow them on Instagram to see what's happening at Fiesta Village Family Fun Park.
I remember last year they had these go-karts out there, and I thought it was one of the most entertaining entries that came by. So they were unpredictable, and you didn't really know where the go-karts were going to go.
Yeah.
They've embraced the lights. They've got a great group of people. It looks like they have a mascot.
I know it's cold right now, Allie, but one of the things that Fiesta Village has that's very cool, they have a little water park as well.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so at Fiesta Village, they have a number of water slides in the summertime that you can go down. They have batting cages. Fiesta Village also has a couple of different mini golf courses. Recently, a few years back, they added also roller skating. So they have a roller skate rink there as well.
Oh my gosh.
So a lot of things to do there at Fiesta Village.
And it's not far away. Easy to get to.
Right, they're over there in Colton off of Washington Street.
And what an enthusiastic bunch for
Absolutely.
our parade. Next up, we have more middle school, ASB.
Hey guys, how you doing, More Middle School?
Again, nostalgic. I did this. I loved it. It's probably why I ended up in Kiwanis pretty young.
Yeah.
They were established in 1966. And it's a class, it's a year-long class where students act as role models and they serve the school. As leaders, their goal is to promote and advance a positive school environment.
Yeah, I want to thank them for coming out. Following them quickly is the Blessing Center. The Blessing Center has been with us for 5 years now in the Redlands Christmas Parade. They're part of Joseph's Storehouse. They started in 1998, and Allie, they give out over 900 boxes of food per week.
Which is remarkable.
They also provide medical and dental assistance to folks without insurance. The Resource Center helps find jobs. They have GED classes, ESL classes. They have, really, I think what's really cool is they're really servicing the homeless of this community. They get, go right ahead, Allie.
I think one of the things to recognize and to honor is that when organizations like this, when you recognize that they're here, when you know that they serve 900 boxes of food per week, it's representative of the need.
Yes.
There is a need in our community. And organizations like these, like Family Services, they need our support. We need to donate to them. They accept donations all the time, and they do need them. So consider donating to the Blessing Center, also known as Joseph's Storehouse.
Absolutely. Well, following them now is we have the Kimberly Juniors.
With costumes, you can always identify outfits, maybe they're called uniforms.
Yeah.
They were founded in 1916, so 100 years ago. I know they are celebrating their 100th anniversary this year.
Yeah, a lot of history with this group. So they were founded in 1916. That was by Helen Kimberly and continued by her daughters, Miss Mary Shirk. The girls in the Redlands area high schools attend classes each Saturday at the Contemporary Club, and they teach them learning manners, dance, and parliamentary procedures. It's a 4-year program, and it provides girls with the tools they need to become productive citizens and future leaders. A proud,
I think this is something so unique to Redlands.
Oh,
I've
absolutely.
never heard of any organization like this that was so, I guess, well-rounded. Where can you go to learn formal manners?
Right.
To learn parliamentary procedure, maybe in your ASB, maybe in a leadership opportunity, but this is a formalized group.
Yes, absolutely.
And a 4-year commitment, which that's your entire high school. Every Saturday you are there learning about manners and parliamentary procedure. It's pretty impressive.
Following them, we have our East Valley Young Marines. Hoorah! Number of years they've been is 12 years with us, and the mission of this organization is to provide and impact America's future. They provide youth development programs to boys and girls who want to become responsible citizens. A little shout out to my father-in-law, Tim. He is a Marine, and my brother-in-law is also a Marine, and we're very proud of them and the service. And this is just kind of our shout out to just all of our men and women in uniform who are fighting and supporting and just encouraging. This could not be put on without the men and women in uniform, and we want to thank you so much for everything you do, for the dedication that you give.
It's great to see such an age range in that group out there. Learning to march. The dedication that something like that takes is really, really great to instill so early on. Next up, we have Friends from Moo Martini Bar. This is an antique vehicle entry, and I was really moved by this. They are in the parade for the 9th year, but this year they are here to celebrate and honor the life of their dear friend, Deputy District Attorney of San Bernardino, Rick Young, who lost his life to cancer in October. They miss him dearly, and they want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. We must give a shout out to Greg Swan. He's the one who coordinates this parade, float in this parade for them. We got to welcome them back and say thank you for being here.
There they are waving. Hi, Moo Martini Bar.
The variety, and I said this earlier, but the variety of entries, the variety of organizations who decide to join us at the Christmas Parade.
Yeah. Well, I just love
local businesses, nonprofits, different organizations.
Love
It's really, really cool to see.
Following right behind them is Jose's Mexican Food. They've been in the parade now for 7 years. They're a family-owned business operating for over 27 years. And they want to wish us a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we want to do the same back to Jose's Mexican Food.
I kind of love the bicycle. Advertising Taco Tuesday.
Yes.
What a great idea. $1.25 Tijuana tacos.
Yeah, one of the Jose's Mexican food locations there in the in Redlands is on West Redlands Boulevard, on the corner of West Redlands Boulevard and California Street. They're in the Walmart Shopping Center. It's Jose's Mexican food.
And again, thank you, Jose's Mexican Food, for being here again. We really appreciate it. We love the groups that support us year after year, that join us year after year, that embrace our theme, that showcase themselves to the community, that sponsor other organizations, carrying them on their floats, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool to see. And the crowd, when people moving around, it's a good crowd tonight. I always look forward to, a couple days later in the paper, seeing the numbers.
Well, Allie, I think it's time for our guest of honor, and there he is himself. Santa Claus is with us.
Oh, an antique fire truck. We're gonna wave hi.
Hey, Santa.
He traditionally brings up the rear of the parade. The kids wait to see him. And I think it's a great way to end the 27th annual Christmas parade.
Absolutely.
It's been such a good one. We were lucky with the weather.
Yeah, it was
You can
beautiful.
see the kids running out to get the candy.
Shout out to the Ford Mustang right behind there, being driven by Dr. Mike Kuhn, who's our parade chairman.
Saying hi to us over here.
And there's Santa up there.
He must be the
Let's see
highlight
what
of
Santa has to
Looks
say
like we got a few words from Santa.
Okay, do you like my fire truck? This is a 1936. Never left Redlands. It's on here for good. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Thank you very much. You're doing a good job. I've been watching it on TV, and you've been doing good, Cheryl.
Thank you, Santa. Enjoy the parade.
Great. So glad to have Santa join us tonight. We are really lucky he made it out here. I know December is really busy for him.
He needs to go back to work now.
Probably, right? Right? We are 22 days to Christmas.
Well, Allie, I just want to thank you
All
so
right.
much for
We
just
have one
being
of
here
the
with me, being our co-host
Parade
tonight.
committee members right here.
Looks like
We're
we
going to
have-
do one more interview here.
Oh,
Dr.
Merry
Mike
Christmas,
Kuhn.
everyone. Thank you for coming.
Have a good night. Thank you so much.
Dr. Mike
Merry
Kuhn
Christmas.
and P.T. McEwen, he took the photographs for us tonight. Can't wait to see those. I'm sure I got some great ones. Again, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed the
Would
27th
you like to
annual
say
Christmas
anything to
parade.
anybody at
We're
home
gonna
who's
give one
watching
more
this
shout out
parade
to
tonight?
Cam Edits.
Pardon me? I'm glad they're watching at home, and I wish they'd have been here for the real thing. It's terrific.
And Merry Christmas to everybody.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and on behalf of the Kiwanis Club of Redlands, we want to thank you so much for joining us tonight for the Redlands Christmas Parade. We want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, and Merry Christmas to you, Allie.
Merry Christmas, Mike. Thank you again for being with us. Merry Christmas.
Are these your folks?
Meet the Radels.